Deli with the sauce.
What's going on, everybody? It is your boy Deli G, back in the studio, back in the lab, back in the home office once again for episode now 15. All right, 15 episodes now of the Deli G show. Here we go. The saga continues. Wu-Tang, Wu-Tang. So, yeah, episode 15. Okay, so right off the bat, guys, can we just talk about Cesar Millan for a minute? Like, that guy is so cute. I've just been having I have anytime I'm working from home here, I always have his free live YouTube channel. There's airing reruns of his old shows. Like what an awesome legacy to leave behind is to give people an opportunity to watch all the old content that he's got, like 9 or 10 seasons or something like that of the Dog Whisperer show. And he's got other shows now that he's doing, but to be able to watch that and like learn from it and then apply it to the 2 dogs I own is just like, it's just an awesome, amazing feeling. And a lot of this stuff is like common sense, and that's why when you get used to it as a dog owner, and then you look back at the old footage and you're like, man, how did these like idiot owners ever have a dog to begin with? I can kind of see certain things, but the whole thing that Caesar preaches is like calm, assertive energy, right? Don't get freaked out, don't get too pissed off, don't get too like scared of a dog type of thing, just kind of remain like neutral at all times, and the dogs are going to pick up on the energy. So a lot of this stuff, with my dogs, Barry, the Husky Australian Shepherd mix, and Kobe, the Boston Terrier Chihuahua mix that I have, those 2 pups, since I've gotten my own place here and been on my own with the pups, they have had a lot more opportunities to be active with me, which is good, because being with somebody who unfortunately has a selfish, needy, and addictive personality didn't afford me a lot of chances, unfortunately, to get the dogs out as much as I wanted to. But now I am in a position to do that, and they have come a long way, and they're progressing very well. Especially Barry, the Husky, because he's still like, he just turned 1 year old this past July. So he's still like got a bunch of growing up to do. And Kobe's 4 years old, but the Boston Terrier Chihuahua mix. But Kobe, grew up in a pretty toxic household where he didn't have that too many rules, boundaries, and limitations, and wasn't really getting out all that often to do the active things. And then as a terrier, wasn't sort of implementing anything that can sort of cater to his traits as a dog, to his breed. So like hunting, gathering, chasing down stuff, playing fetch, whatever, going to the dog parks regularly and playing fetch. Unfortunately, given the situation, and I put some of that on myself too. I have to take more control of the situation and put my foot down and say, this is what we have to do for the dogs, and we have to make sure it gets done to make sure we have like well-balanced, well-behaved dogs. So I probably could have done more, but at the same time, it's tough if you try to do more and then you feel like you're walking on eggshells after. It's a weird feeling. But yeah, huge shout out to Caesar. That guy, he's not perfect. He's had his troubles. He did come in as an illegal immigrant, and like myself, he went through a divorce that he was not expecting. But unlike Caesar, I took it very well. It was unfortunate what he went through. trying to take his own life. And after that, because I think it culminated with like, it was like he was going through the divorce, and then Big Daddy died, his most trusted pit bull dog. So that kind of sucks. It's like you get a double whammy like that you're not really expecting. It really would put you like in a down and like depressed state. So I can definitely like empathize with some of that. If I'm sure, if I don't know, it really depends on the situation. I mean, Caesar probably thought that he could like, really confide and trust in this woman for the rest of his life and get the support from her, but she just didn't see it that way. Whereas with me, I don't know, I had my reservations about the whole thing from the beginning. So once it happened, I didn't really shed too much of a tear about it. It was just more about like, the kids and the effect it's gonna have on them. But thankfully, I have such good freaking children that they're doing very well with it. I'm very blessed in that regard, because it could be a lot worse. And I have heard some situations that are a lot worse. So I am not going to complain too much at all about the situation I'm in. I'm in a very good spot right now. So, but yeah, shout out to Cesar Millan. Keep doing your thing, Vato. You're one of the people that I highly admire and respect, and keep doing what you do, Vato, until the day you die. God bless him. So guys, I wanted to move on to something else I want to talk about, since the last time we talked on this episode. 2 perpetrators are now in custody of police that I've spoken about previously. One being Raja Jackson on a felony, so he can get like up to 6 years prison time. He probably won't though. And the other fool, that goof coward that sniped Charlie Kirk, I guess, is also in custody. So we're getting one step closer to getting rid of the trash or cleaning it up, which is good. I'm glad that the perps have been apprehended. Now let's see what happens from here, because there was a lot of outcry and outpour for justice for Charlie. So we're gonna see what happens. Still don't know what's going on yet, but I'm sure as it breaks, as it comes along, we'll definitely be here. I'll definitely be here to chat about it. That's for sure. So guys, I'm glad that happened. So let's find justice for Charlie and that fool Stu, the wrestler that got his ass knocked the fuck out. Because the thing is, like, that guy didn't even want to press charges. Who gives a fuck about the Carney Code? You got a chance to fucking cash out hard. Who gives a fuck about wrestling? You cash out, you still living good? Fuck it. Isn't that why you get into the business, to make money? You made your money, cash out, live a good life. Don't worry about getting your ass beat again by a fucking MMA trained fighter. And it's all good. You can still go to shows, you can still participate. I don't know, you can be like a writer, unless that training studio folds. But you can be like, you can be a writer, you can be on the creative team, you can be like a consultant, a scout. If you still want to stay in the business, go on commentary. There's lots of avenues you can take after you cash out. If you still want to stay in the wrestling business, start a podcast. There you go. You can tell, oh, I'm sure you got all kinds of like crazy stories being a fucking low rent indie wrestler who fucking boozes all the time and gets himself in shit that ends up getting your ass beat. I'm sure you got lots of stories to tell. You can make podcasts after you cash out. Live a good, healthy life. Cash out and start a podcast and tell us all the crazy low rent, low level indie-rific stories that you have to tell, I'm sure. That'd be a good time. I don't know how many viewers you're gonna end up with, but you'll have a few. So we'll see what happens. I really hope that Stu guy cashes out somehow. Civil suit, something. I mean, you have a really good opportunity here. Don't fucking blow it. Really. Moving on, guys. Sticking with pro wrestling here. So that Wrestlepalooza pay-per-view came and went. 5 matches, 3-hour show for 5 matches, and then they opened. Like I thought John Cena and Brock was gonna be the main event. That or I don't know, the second last match before the main event. That would kind of make sense. But you're gonna open with that match, and then it's basically like a squash match in John Cena's retirement year. What the fuck? What the fuck are we thinking here, Hunter? Like 18 months since Vince was officially kicked out for good? I don't know, man. I don't know. There are people who are starting to have like second thoughts about the Triple H TKO era. It was all well and good. The honeymoon was great because like, oh yeah, Vince the dictator is gone. The crazy old senile dictator is gone. And now we can watch some professional wrestling that makes sense and has good storylines, and you know, it can be presented as a athletic contest. And here we are, like pricing people up the ass, storylines that don't make sense. Seth Rollins with the weirdest fucking like stable I've ever seen. It does not make sense. Brock comes back after rehabbing pissing on women, and then he comes back to do a squash match against Cena at a premium live event. No lead up to it, no like prep match, nothing. He just comes in and fucking squashes the biggest babyface in the company right now. Well, arguably. I mean, maybe him and Cody, I guess, but like one of the top babyface. Well, okay, Punk, Cody, John. But you have one of the top 3 baby faces in the friggin' company getting squashed by Brock, who just comes back and is like, oh yeah, let me just disrupt the match and whatever. I don't know, whatever the hell the stupid excuse was. Like, we've already seen this. Where's the pushback from Cena? Where's like the, you know, the getting hyped up from the fans, using the energy to fight back, whatever, this and that. I don't know, man. Like, no wonder that ESPN writer is so crazy. Like his own network, and like he didn't even write a fluff piece. He didn't even care. I guess if he wrote a fluff piece and people knew that pay-per-view was shite, then people are like, what the fuck? Why? Like, the pay-per-view was shite. Why is he writing a fluff piece? So I don't think he should get fired for giving it a C grade. That's the perfect friggin' grade for it. Because I guess La Primera Vaquer. That one? And who was it? Her and Stephanie and Io Sky, I guess it was. Was like apparently the best match of the night. I'll have to go back and watch it. But I do watch highlights of Stephanie's matches because I'm glad she's representing for the Latin American folks out there. Por la raza. So I do tend to keep at least one eye on things that she does. And she did win the women's world title, which is awesome. Like, as a placeholder for Naomi, because Naomi's gonna get it back when she comes back, because she was doing such amazing heel work. It was awesome. So I hope Naomi comes back fit as a fiddle, and then I think her and Stephanie would make a pretty good ongoing feud, actually, like a good 6-month program, maybe. That'd be awesome. But with regard to Stephanie, yeah, so I guess that was the match that kind of kept the pay-per-view afloat, from what the reviewer said. And good on those two ladies for putting on a performance like that, where somebody could say that was the match that kept the show afloat. So good on you, ladies, because it's rare that people say that a women's wrestling match overshadowed anything that the men did. So good on them. Keep it rolling, Stephanie especially. Okay, amo a mi esposa, ella me mantiene. And I mean, let's hope they do better. Let's hope they do better. Actually, it's confirmed now. AJ Styles and John Cena at the next pay-per-view. So actually, and Razin was right, man. The homie with the YouTube channel with the WWE 2K gamer, Razin. He made a very good point. John Cena should have been handpicking his opponents on his retirement. This guy. That would have been the best idea possible right there. That would have been the storyline. Is I'm on my retirement year and I'm gonna handpick the dates and the opponent. That would have been so much better, especially if he did that as a heel. That would have been so nice. But yeah, and then on the last episode of well, maybe it was an episode or a pay-per-view of AEW, Edge just like walked out of the arena and told Christian that I have to go now. I have to go away for a while now. Like Poochie when he went up into space. And then on his way back to his home planet, he was disintegrated. So now I guess the rumor mill that's being thrown around is that Edge is leaving to do like one more match with Cena on his retirement tour. I don't know, man. We'll see if Mr. Tony the Tiger Khan would allow that. I'm not sure because he's still under contract to AEW, and Tony Khan clearly wants nothing to do with WWE. So it's just a rumor floating around. I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna happen. Apparently the contract expires in early October. Could he get like a one-shot deal for Cena? I don't know. And then they also somebody also, oh my gosh, I'm so glad that I brought up Edge because now it's leading me to some fucking idiot. I don't even know who it was throwing some shit around that like, Jericho's AEW contract is set to expire, and maybe he could jump back to WWE. Why? They have enough old part-time guys coming back. Nobody is clamoring for Jericho back to the WWE. Nobody. He's old, he's out of shape, and he comes with baggage, and Hunter doesn't like him. And it's not going to do any more for drawing power than it will should you not have him. Like, there's already enough there with Brock and Roman and CM Punk. You got enough like 40-plus-year-old guys running around. And Dwayne, if Dwayne can put some of the weight back on, he might be able to go back in the ring too if his cardiologist says it's Q. So there's a bunch of guys right there. No Jericho, please. Baggage, old, out of shape. You don't need that. And Hunter doesn't like him. He's literally done. Jericho's literally done shoot interviews talking about how there was like real heat with him and Hunter. I mean, I don't know. Like Hunter, I guess Hunter had heat with like a bunch of guys outside of his clique because he was running the show. Then married the boss's daughter, and now he's partly helping run the company and all this. But like still though, like whatever. Like he played the game. Time to play the game. That was his whole shtick. Now we know. He was playing the game the whole time, and now he played the game all the way up to, the corporate table. So he put himself in a good position, and he's paid his dues, and he had the heart scare. So he knows what's up. He knows that, now he's in a position of power, and he has to do right by everybody. You can't please everybody, but you got to try and put everybody in a good position. And getting Jericho back in would not put Hunter in a good position or the company. Let him stay and retire and frail away in AEW. That's where he belongs. That's where he should stay. So guys, on that note, I'm gonna head out. That's my time for this week on the Deli G Show. As always, like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. And guys, I'll continue to post the links on every video for my Diecast Garage. Make sure you check that out. It's really cool, as you guys already know. Most of you know if you're subscribed. If not, I got those whips on a pedestal there on a podium for a 360-degree view. So because nobody likes to look at Hot Wheels cars through a blister case. We want to be able to see a whole 360-degree view of how it looks like. So I've got the link there for the Diecast Garage. You guys can see all the different kinds of cool Hot Wheels cars I have there. Well, not just Hot Wheels, like Matchbox and Maisto, and anything cool I can get my hands on. I'll post on there for you guys in that playlist. All right, that's it, guys. Thanks so much for watching episode 15 Daily G Show. Like, subscribe, share. Thank you for watching, and until next time, peace.